is life. La, 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 da, da. La, da, da, ba, ba, life. Ba, ba, da, da, da. Okay, let's get on with today's craziness. Hello, hello, drop a line, drop a line. Oh, wait, that's just me. It's crooked. We're gonna wait here just a couple of minutes. I wish I was using my desktop, but the phone, what's gonna have to do. I'm not sure who's getting on. Probably the wifey in here somewhere. Let's see. Today is Wednesday the 13th. Should be a new thing. All right, well, I am gonna get started. Actually, I still got 4 more minutes. Gonna give you some time here. You guys can skip up, I guess, to 4 minutes. If I get 5 people on, we're gonna start. Hey, there's a couple of guys there. Thanks for joining, appreciate it. We've got a few topics that I wanna touch up on today. Some of them you guys may have heard. I'm sure you have already. And if you haven't, because you've been busy or whatever the reason is, today we're gonna talk about it. Hopefully we stay on subject today. I know I like to have a lot of people make comments and whatnot. Hey Adam, welcome. Palestine, we are from Washington State. Washington State. God bless you, brother. Assalamu alaikum, if that's how you say, God bless you from there. Fox Pro from Russia. Welcome, my brother. Welcome, welcome. Or sister, I don't know which Fox. Yes, sir. You know, we stand with Palestine, but not with Hamas. I hope that's not offensive, but that's what I believe. That's what we stand for. We stand for the Palestinians. And, you know, not to be controversial, but we are hoping that all the Palestinians join Israel. I think, like, if there's anything that I have seen from this tragic war that's been going on for thousands of years, it's that, you know, Israel is the one feeding the Palestinians. Palestinians are such a beautiful people. And I think that Israel can do a great job with them. The Palestinians can be, what is it, Palestine or Palestinian? It's Palestinian, right? I apologize about that. I think Palestinians will be a great addition, to be honest, to Israel. But today we're gonna talk a little bit about our economy, or somewhat. We're gonna talk about the stocks a little bit. Let me see if I can get on this live so that I can try to follow the comments a little bit bigger. You guys already know I go live on my phone, but because for some reason when I do it on my desktop, it just I don't go anywhere. So at least here you guys actually drop by, drop a line, say hello. Adam, I'm glad that you love the USA. Hopefully, if there's a chance for you to come over here, you will be able to come here and assimilate, meaning that you will live like the Americans do. And the catch is that when we leave our country, we come to the United States, and if we do desire to be citizens here, we are to respect their laws, their way of life, and we're not here to change the way they live. So that's the one thing to keep in mind if you want to be Americanized. Ranveer, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you for saying hello. JJ, what up, Maine? Mark Kelly still turning on your own supporting Trump. I don't have the hat today. Do you want me to put the Trump hat? We can put the Trump hat on. Let's see. Jose Oliveira, good evening. If you could ask God a question, what would it be? Yeah. Hey, that's a good one, bro. I don't know if I would. I mean, I don't know. I understand what the purpose of our life here on earth is, and it's to be tested. But I don't know if I ever would ask God a question. If anything, maybe when I'm in pain and suffering, when I'm seeing bad things happening, guess maybe I'll ask God why that's happening, but not to question Him. I would ask to understand, not to blame or question God. Of course, He's God. He can do whatever He wants. And Lobo, welcome, welcome. Ah, man, I forgot what flag that is. Which flag is that? I know Israel, but I don't remember. Is it Spain? I think it's Spain. It looks like Spain's flag. I'm not sure. Oh, Palestinian. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate you correcting me there. Welcome to the chat. Guys, here we practice freedom of speech. So if you ever come into this chat, just know that people will insult you. You will be offended at some point in this live feed. So if you're willing to accept that, by all means, stick around and let's dialogue. Let's change some information, change some opinions, and let's get dirty. Let's figure out what's going on. Macabre, what's going on, brother? Welcome. Good to see you back. Wolfgang, not thousands of years. It all started with the Balfour Declaration. Well, when I say thousands of years, it's all of the descendants of Abraham have been fighting each other for thousands of years. So yeah, it's thousands of years, brother. It's not just what you see in Gaza right now. That's just part of it. Jose, thank you for loving the background. That is the American flag, the country that provides for all of our paisas that respect the law and are here in this country legally. I believe there's a lot of illegal immigrants that got to be deported, but my hope is that many of those who are illegal somehow find a way to get legalized in this country. And if you're not able to, you got to go home. Other than that, I love my paisas to be here, but it's got to be the right way, guys. We cannot disrespect the American people. Tiger, how you doing, brother? Welcome. Mark Kelly, don't let Donnie find you. Man, I wish he'd give me one day. I got so many questions to ask him. Like, how do you keep fighting when it seems like the world is against you, when it seems like all the weight of the United States is on your shoulder, and you have people that don't allow you to work freely? I really want to ask Donald Trump all those questions. How does he do that? That is it's a good testimony. This is what I believe, that God is strengthening him. God bless Donald Trump and his administration for trying to help us out. Today, we will talk about some points in here. Hopefully, it's interesting to you. I really want to hear your opinion. Don't come in like a libtard. Come in here as a patriot. Rule number one, and is the only rule that I want to put on this live chat today. Don't come to me as a Republican, as an independent, as a Democrat. Come to me as an American patriot. If you're a resident, come to me as a resident. If you are here visiting and you're legally, well, come to me as a visitor. Ask questions. You are more than welcome to have your freedom of speech. Let me see, what else do we got here? Stacker. First generation American of Uruguayan parents. Man, Uruguayan people, I know a few, not many, but I know a few Uruguayan people, and they are very kind, very hospital-loving people. Man, isn't that amazing that every culture, every country has a lot of people that are very hospitable, that are very loving. And then when people see me talking good about Americans, when I say that the United States is the greatest country in the world, they get mad at me. They think I'm brown-nosing. I'm already a naturalized American citizen. I'm a Honduran American. And, I don't understand why people can't understand why I am so thankful. Why? I see Americans and I just love Americans. Americans is a melting pot. It's not white people, it's not brown people, it's not colored people. Americans are just American, and people just keep trying to, for some reason, segregate themselves from the rest of us. But in here, not to be all, clingy or corny or just sound stupid or nerdy or brown nosy or whatever you want to call me. But here in America, we are part of one family. We are brothers and sisters. And yeah, we don't like some of our brothers. Yeah, we don't like some of the cousins. That's what family is. But at the end of the day, the goal is that we all fight for the well-being of this country and its people. We help foreigners, but we don't fight for them over American citizens. Does that make sense? Because we'll go to war and we'll fight for for other countries to be free, but we don't do that stepping over the heads of Americans. You guys know the little graphic, right? There's like a stair, and the stair is made of people. And there is this one person that uses another stair, and they go up the stair, but there's that one person that keeps stepping on the head of other people so they can move ahead. I think that in order for us to use the ladder and not use the heads of the Americans so that we can get ahead, I think the best thing to do is help the United States become the greatest country in the world. Don't give in to the fear-mongering that the corrupted politicians are giving you out. You patriots, like I said, I don't want to see partisan here. I just want to see American patriots. And if you're one of them, or if you want to be one of them, you're more than welcome here. And I think together we can make a better America. I know it's only a couple of hundred subscribers that I have. And by the way, thank you so much for all of you guys for your support. It is unbelievable. A month and a half ago when I started this, I got stuck with 40 subscribers for like 3 weeks. And I thought, maybe if I just get 50, I can start doing lives, because that way I can get the interaction with the people that are interesting on having interactions. And so here we are. So I don't want to go rant too much about my rules here, about being patriots and all this stuff, but just know that you guys are here. And you're more than welcome. Freedom of speech, all you want. All right, let me read some more comments here. Jose Membre, love your background. Okay, I read that already. Let's skip down. My chat here kind of died, so running very slow. Let's see. Chris Olson, what up, SA? It's guys, it's SA. It's like the actual initials. It means Spanish American. Kevin, brown nosing, baby. Sometimes that's what it takes. That's what it takes. Brown nosing. As long as I can help people, I will brown nose all day for you. Don't worry. My love and my heart goes to all of you, regardless of your belief, regardless of your, what you do behind doors. That's your business. If you see me on the street, we can share a coffee. We can share a hug or a dap if you want to do that. There's no need for us to be fighting amongst each other. We need to find common ground. Mark, that doesn't mean you're safe. Man, I just said that. I know these comments are a little bit past my explanations over here, but Janice, Janice, your picture looks like me, bro. That is crazy. Wait, is that me in there, man? Janice, are you using my photo, bro, with my background? Son bitch. It looks like me, man. That is crazy. Let me see, man. Son bitch. This guy just cloned me. Wow. Okay, Janice. Jeans. I'm gonna keep an eye on you, man. You over here stealing my profile photo. I understand fans out there, but stealing my profile there. Have my picture with my flag behind. First Israel, first Ukraine, and first New Jersey. Those are the wishes from Jeans. with my picture on it. Oh, man. God bless you. Hey, man, don't be abusing it, bro. I'll report your ass. Geez, we literally just need 1% of the military budget to fix homelessness. The problem was never Ukraine, it's our greedy military. You're wrong 120%, Illard. Absolutely wrong. It's the opposite. You will never be able to fix somebody that depends on the handouts on the street by giving them more handouts. All you're doing is enabling their unwillingness to fend for themselves. So you're wrong, 100%. Military first. Mr. Rogers, get out of our white country. This guy. Oh, man. I don't see a white country here in America. I think you're delusional here. Trump donated billions to Ukraine and Israel. Are we great yet? Go ahead and enlighten me. Which billions of dollars did Trump give Ukraine? I think you might be talking about Joe Biden. Yeah. What was it? 200 something billion dollars that we've been giving to them so far. Yeah. Hey, let me read some more comments in here. Jesus love you. God bless you. A work in progress. I believe that. Actually, you know what's a good name? We are all work in progress. None of us are perfect. We all have to work on ourselves. Even I myself, I have no patience. I have a temper of dynamite at times. And while I try to be patient in most of the things that I do in my life, I reach my limit and I explode like a freaking Hawaiian volcano. Hispanic Americans, 100%, baby. We love America. We were the greatest country in the world, and Donald Trump, in the world in Donald Trump took office. Mark, I don't know what you mean there, but I believe we are the greatest country in the world because Donald Trump did take office. You know, people were laughing at us. You guys remember that? The United States is a joke. Joe Biden is just a zombie walking around. The Chinese and the Japanese was laughing at him. I mean, this guy pooped his pants. From what I heard, I'm not going to say that's true, but from what I heard, he pooped his pants. You know, he farted and he did the whole thing, live. He got lost on the stage so many times. His wife will come in and just because he managed to go down the steps, good job, honey, you did very well. Bruh, I'm sorry, but that was, yeah. Anywho, that was the America that we had before Donald Trump took office. And when he came back the second term, thanks to you, patriots, all of you American patriots that love and care about this country, you put him back in office. And with God's will, he was named President of the United States, number 47. 45-47. Hey, speaking of 45-47, what's going on with the old FBI director? What's his name? Anybody know? Anybody know his name? What's his name? Call me? I think it's Comey. Yeah, he's gonna be in jail pretty soon. PZ. Right now, we're just reading comments, brother. Calm down. We will get to some of the issues that we have today. We have to talk about the National Guard in Washington, D.C. A lot of you fools out there. Thank you, D. I appreciate it. Eventually, names come to mind, but I really don't care about those people. But if I am going to make a point about them specifically, of course, I will know the name. Epstein files, baby. Epstein's went down to 5% of what the American people want to know. Nobody gives a shit about the Epstein files. Everybody wants to know what's happening in Washington, D.C. And I'm going to tell you what's happening in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., it's starting to get a message that the United States of America, it's the greatest country in the world. And our military, our National Guard, is there to protect its American citizens, not its criminals. You understand something? If you don't commit the crime, you don't go to jail. I see these agents out there talking to people. Now, they're talking to black people that look ghetto on the street in the middle of the night, And they are just telling them, hey, we are here to make your city safer. We're going around, we're going to be arresting people drinking and doing drugs out in the open, but they know they shouldn't be doing. They're going out giving advice to people on the street. You know, to see that Vietnam has more peace in a downtown in their Vietnam country, where families can be completely, minors, kids, parents, painters on the street, just being free, music being played. I mean, such a lovely, peaceful environment. And here in Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States, your heart, where third world country leaders come and they say that their capital looks better than ours. What a shame. So having the National Guard right now in Washington, D.C., it is a great thing. If you get scared of the National Guard or the police, you're doing something wrong. If you defend, you know, this is what I find interesting. You know, you get a senator from Maryland. You guys know that the senator from Maryland, right? Holland, I think is the last name. He went all the way back, all the way down to El Salvador prison to talk, to dance a cumbia, drink some margaritas, and this is not a lie. He went down there to dance with this MS-13 gangbanger, pretending to be his wife. That was his message. He danced with him the cumbia, drank a couple of margaritas, and then he comes over here and goes off on Trump when he is trying to help the mayor of DC control the city. Why do you fight anybody that wants to protect the American people? I'm gonna make a theory and maybe a comment that you might not like. But I think that these corrupted politicians, they're racist. You know why they're racist? Because they keep lying to the black community. They keep lying to the Hispanics. And they like the Hispanics to fight Hispanics and the blacks to fight the blacks. They don't want to do anything to help the black community. Because if they help the black community, the black people will truly be free. So they did something. They know the fact of life is when something gets handed down to you, where you don't have to work for it, you don't appreciate it, and why would you go to work when you don't have to? So what happens? You start having way too much time in your hands, and you start acting like a fool. Have you seen how these black people are out there just humping each other by the hundreds? I don't know what country they come from, but I can guarantee you they're not American. And if they are Americans, they probably came from somewhere and brought their corruption over here to the good black communities. None of you can tell if a black man is from Haiti or he's just a regular American black man. None of you can. Not even themselves. They can't even tell. But you have to understand that when somebody is trying to come and protect you, that's a good thing. The police are not your enemy. But if you are committing a criminal, you will probably get a beat down. I mean, that's the way I would do it. It's just the truth. But the National Guard needs to be in Washington, D.C. And you will, at one point, know the truth. You guys have been lied to about tariffs. Today, again, I check the stock market. Now, we don't play the stock market. The stock market doesn't really affect our economy, just so you know. I don't care what anybody else says. The stock market does not affect your economy. The stock market is for a different purpose. What affects your economy is employment, jobs. If we have manufacturers here, if we're producing more products here in America than we are across the ocean. Check this out. Tariffs, the Democrat corrupted politicians, they kept lying to us patriots. They kept lying to us and tell us, oh, it's going to be like, you know, the big recession again, you know, and we're going to lose a lot of money, and people were going crazy and pulling their hair. My 401k is going to suffer. I'm making a lot of money. I'm not going to tell you that I'm being rich by it. I'm still a poor folk. But the stock market right now is looking green as it did yesterday. And just so you know, guys, I'm only mentioning this because the stock market does that all the time. It goes up and down. And you know what? Interestingly enough, the stock market crashes because of certain decisions that are made in government. And isn't it interesting that Nancy Pelosi has been able to be 100% accurate and has made millions and hundreds of millions of dollars? Well, not her. She says, I don't do that. My husband does. No, Sherlock. We know it's your husband. And let me guess who's giving him insider trading information. You, biatch. The same woman that told you and I, that looked at us like fools and say, nobody goes outside the house, lockdown, and the United States, and the old bat over there is getting her hair did. Huh? She's over there with a little cocktail running around because you know she's alcoholic. So she's going around, running around with a little cocktail and then just, you know, getting her hair done. I mean, the salon lady, you know, told on her, show the video so they can't lie about it. And her new scum nephew that is in California was doing the same shit. While he was locking you down, he was out there having dinner in California. Yeah, that's just the way that these corrupted politicians play you. My Democrat patriots, I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with you being Democrats. There's nothing wrong with Republicans. We need the competition. But we have been lied to. Not just you. I have been lied to. Shifty Shift. Oh, I can't wait for this mofo to pay. He is going to pay. You guys know who was leaking the information from the government to the legacy media? To make, the gossip go around and be more believable? You guessed it. Shifty Shift. He got caught. He is going to jail. Not only did he commit fraud, but the reason why he was so courageous to fight Trump is because he was assured that if the Democrats won, which seemed like he was going to win because a lot of stupid people out there, they probably thought, oh, Kamala Harris, she has no brains, but it's a female. We got to break this thing that just men can become presidents. And he was supposed to have a high position where he would have been able to continue to block, hide, and just get rid of evidence. But that backfired because of you, beautiful American patriots, voted the right way. Now all these corrupted politicians are gonna pay. Letitia James and Shifty Shift, they both committed fraud in real estate. They like to say allegedly. Bullshit. We know they did it. They're dirty. And Letitia James gets no pity from me because she was the one from day one. I am going to get up every single morning until I put Donald J. Trump behind bars. Oh, girlfriend, don't even worry. His ass is going to be rotting in jail. And she tried that with the rest of the Democrats. They undermined the will of the American people, and they treated Donald Trump like a criminal. They lied about his felony charges. 34 counts, I think is what they said. Fake. Everything fake. Everything that Donald Trump has done, the system allows him to do it. And you and I can do it if we had that much money. But Talib Rashid, I think that's her name. Omar, I was gonna call her Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. What's her name? Ilhan Omar. They also need to pay. The other guy from Somalia that looks like her brother, she probably married him too for papers. He also needs to pay. All these corrupted foreigners that become citizens, that take positions in Congress and office, they don't come here and become citizens because they say, you know what, this is a great nation. I love the American people. And if you want to call me a name, I see that in there, yes, Big Angry, I can be called Angry Bird. You can go ahead and call me that because that's true. I am so passionate and I hate to be taken advantage I hate to see injustice happen to other people. You know, you may like to hear that there's only a 45% crime rate in your state. But you know what's going to happen when that 40% is you? Then you're going to pay attention. Just like these hoodlums that have been living on food stamps that are capable, 100% able to go to work but don't want to. They have been raised on food stamps, Medicare, housing. They have been raised to smoke weed and drink alcohol and buy expensive clothing out of the expenses of you saying white privilege. You remember that? I said that last night. White privilege, they say. In the meantime, the white people are getting up in the morning, working their butts off so that they can try to even pay the rent. Maybe if they get lucky, go and buy a house. It doesn't happen for everybody, but these hoodlums that live on food stamps, medical, and all this stuff that they get for free off the backs of taxpaying American people, even immigrants, illegal immigrants that should not be working because that's fraud, they should be in jail just because by that fact, they're not supposed to be here. Even they are paying taxes so that they can use their food stamps and they can keep buying their beers and their caguamas and their 40s. Man, I know about that world. You know, there's a Mexican guy at work. Well, there's a few. But there's a Mexican guy at work that he was telling me, he's like, bro, remember what we were talking about the other day? I didn't want to believe you, man, that there was like, you know, people are abusing the food stamps, the EBT and all that stuff. And I said, what happened? He's like, oh, man, my boy's girl, man, she went over this and she was doing the things that I have been talking to him about. There you go. Let me tell you, it's a Hispanic in Honduras back in the mid-'80s. I remember hearing women talking about getting pregnant, coming to the United States of America illegally, and having the baby here. We call them anchor babies. Donald Trump is not wrong about that. This is true. It's a fact. 100%. It comes from me. Any other Hispanic that comes in here can attest to that. That is the plan. Come to the United States, make children, and that way you have an excuse to tell the government, you can deport me. My son, my daughter, they are citizens. You and I both know that illegal immigrants should have no American kids that are born here. Those kids should be citizens of the country of their parents' nationality. Period. 150%. You know why I say that? If it happened the other way in the United States of America, I understand. But when I became an American citizen, when I was naturalized, any child that I would have made in the world, the day that I swore my oath to this country, the same day that I signed the paper and they gave me my certificate, that same moment, any child that I would have had across the world automatically becomes an American citizen. You know why? Because I'm the father. They take my nationality. If they want to be Honduran, that doesn't happen over there. Only in America. So if they come from their country, the citizenship of those illegal immigrants' kids should be the country where they come from. That's just my point. So Shifty Shift is going to spend some time in jail. I hope at least 20 years. Letitia James, if you happen to be in her district, in her state, in her city, just know she is wasting your tax-paying dollars claiming that it's a political issue. But I'm going to tell you something. I have a pen and I'm going to sign a paper that says that my house is only 2 bedrooms, but it's 4 bedrooms. And I'm going to sign here. Wait, no, I'm not signing. Donald Trump is forcing me to sign this paper. So it's a political problem. That's some bullshit. Go ahead. Anybody, let me read a couple of comments here. Shifty Shift, Letitia James, boom, 2 out of the bag. Obama, he did some things that he shouldn't have done. Now, while he was president, technically, he's immune of prosecution. But after he was president, he continued to meddle and do other illegal things. I want to see his ass in jail. And hopefully Michelle was also involved. Michelle was involved. And then that way they can be in jail together, even if they're getting divorced. Who else is in there? You know who I'm really, really disappointed on Barr. I cannot believe that Barr was actually involved. What a traitor. Like, he betrayed Trump big time. I listened to the hearings, and I was like, well, there's nothing wrong there. And then I find out that he was included into making Donald Trump's reputation go down the drain, and his family. Man, corruption runs deep. I will tell you this. You wouldn't appreciate Donald J. Trump if Biden didn't become president. Why do I tell you this? Because throughout history, we see that there is a lot of tragedies, right? They're horrible. They make us cry. They make us, choke. We're sad. We don't know what to do. We want to be supportive, but we're useless. There's nothing we can do. But when somebody comes in and gives a hand and helps out and rebuilds, it looks so beautiful. People are inspired. Excuse me. But you wouldn't be inspired if there was no tragedy. Why do we need to have tragedy to be inspired? Why does something bad need to happen to be inspired? 9/11. Everybody working together, blacks, all different kind of ethnicities in America working together. And after a few months, let's go back to fighting each other. George Bush, back in 2008, was the lowest that our market hit. Let me see. The index closed at 676.53. 600. You know what it is today? 6,466. Now, for all of you that don't know what that is, it doesn't matter. Now, you can say that I should go back to Honduras, and believe me, that's not offensive to me. That is a compliment. Honduras is a beautiful country, and I wish that I can make it there. But I have been given the opportunity to become an American citizen, and we're not going to waste that opportunity. I would be a fool if I reject or respect or honor the hand that feeds me. You see, even though you American people directly don't have contact with me, you are citizens of this country. And as such, I respect you, and I'm honored to wear the American flag, even though I love my Honduran flag of the patria, the country where I was born. My loyalty is to the United States of America. Now, how many of these fools over here in this chat can say that about the United States of America and their country? Can guarantee you they put their country first before they put America. And all you fools out there are supporting this kind of garbage. I told you, you get the freedom of speech. It's great, but you're gonna hear it back. So here we go. Let's hear some. Let's go ahead and read some comments. I already touched on George Bush. Lowest stock market in American history. 676. We're at 6,000. So stop blaming Trump when that shit goes down. As a matter of fact, tariffs have been the most successful tools that he still holds under his sleeve for a lot of countries. Russia is not coming to talk with Donald Trump because the Congress Democrats are over there fighting with Russia. They don't do shit. They like to take credit. And I hate it when they say, oh, we are working for the law-abiding. They don't say Americans or citizens. They say people, because they're working for illegal immigrants. Now, I know if you're illegal, you like it. It's okay. Not everybody's el mamon. If you want to be mamon, go on and be dependent on the government. The rest of us, we work hard. We want to represent our Hispanic communities as people that work hard, that are self-assured, that the American people in this country are the place where we belong. We hear it from Americans, and I tell you, thank you so much. You guys, I I didn't think that I was going to go past 100 subscribers. And you guys, I don't even know where you have me right now, but that's all you. I am hoping that we can continue talking and speaking the truth in the open. You know, I think that if you're illegal, people should go back. But if you are legal, do the best while you're here. Now, the only thing that I ask is what I always say: respect the American people, this country, its laws, and take advantage of it. Do something for yourself. There's nothing wrong with it. You guys are more than welcome. Let me see what other comments we have. Okay, so we got the stock market out of the way. That was something that I wanted to say. George Bush, you piece of junk. You attacked a country for no reason. You went to the Middle East and you destroyed a bunch of people's houses and lives just so that you can become rich. And then Obama did the same shit. He went over there with the excuse and all they did was weapons of mass destruction. And Obama came in here and did the same thing, you know, and it was all bogus. There was no weapons of mass destruction. You know, at least with Donald Trump's precise strike, they only hit the nuclear facilities. And if it happens again, they'll go and hit them again one more time. Why not? Keep the freedoms of the people alive. That's what I say. What the hell is that? I like the clown face that people put on there for me. Let's see. Yeah, Cody. It's live, baby. Let's see. Kate, America needs to look after America. That's right, Kate. You tell him, girl. My grandson's, you tell him, ma'am. Well, I'm a half a century, so maybe we're close. We're close in age. My grandson's friend is Hispanic and a decent boy. God bless him and his family. Hopefully they're legal and hopefully they're being taken care of. Nilo, you said it yourself. You are a naturalized citizen, so you don't belong here. Take your advice and go back. I don't think you speak English. When I say I'm naturalized, that means that I was welcome into this country, even though I wasn't born here. The United States of America says, we need citizens like you. Welcome to the United States American citizenship. God bless you and have a nice day. Donald Trump says, we congratulate you and we welcome you into the United States of America as an American citizen. So guess what? I say bless you, Donald Trump and the American people. God bless you. I love you and I thank you, even though you didn't do much to me directly, but because you belong to the United States of America, you got my favor. I will love you forever because I became part of your family. And a lot of you actually give me love and tell me welcome and, you know, and give me big open arms. So hopefully you know what naturalization means. Let's see, let's go. Let me catch up to these comments here at the bottom. Roll, you Mexican dog. Kanak, these monkeys hate the truth. I use the word monkeys a lot, but some people, especially some black people, they get offended by it. They think I say it because they're black, but in Honduras, that's the word. We always say mono, you know. We always say monkey to our kids and all that stuff. So the gorilla exhibit is still wonderful at the Bronx Zoo. TC says, self-deport immediately. Guys, it's great advice. If you're here illegally or you know somebody that's here illegally, you don't have to get on their case about it, but just let them know that it's better for them to self-deport, get some money in their pocket. Hopefully what they have here, they can sell or they can drive or ship down there because they can get shipments down there from the East Coast. So if you got some advice to tell them, go on and tell them. Let me see. Okay, so we finished those 3 points. Let me see. We talked about the National Guard. I know that you guys have been hearing rumors. You guys remember when Donald Trump made that joke that Canada should be the 51st state? Well, it so happens that I guess Canadians were not as stupid as we thought they were, because they are turning on Carney. You know, they realize that the person that they put in office for Canada is actually a jerk. He's the puppet. He's the puppet master. He was the one running Trudeau. That guy that, man, his face is so punchable. I don't know why. I hate that guy. You know, he talked lies to the people with a smile straight to their face. He's so evil. Man, I know I got a punchable face. That's okay. Oh, and by the way, if you guys have noticed, some of those bags are not as deep today. I actually got a couple hours of sleep, so I'm very happy about that. Happy to also update you on my workout. Today is Wednesday. This is the second week that I have started working out on myself. And I will tell you, the hardest part of the body to get back into shape is the belly. It's the hardest, the most stubborn, I think. But I am feeling a lot more energetic at work. And so if that counts for anything, guys, I'm going to say I'm a half a century old. I know Chuck Norris keeps making all those commercials, but come on, even Chuck Norris at some point won't be able to do those exercises. But what I'm saying is, look into your health, okay? We don't know how long we're going to live, but while we're alive, let's live as healthy as possible. Go Robert Jr. Make America healthy again. Alberta wants to be annexed. That's what I'm talking about. But I will tell you, man, Alberta is actually a gold mine. I mean, they have a lot of natural resources that they will benefit the United States of America. And I mean, obviously, if they benefit the United States of America and they become part of the United States of America, it will benefit them as well. I mean, there's so much potential on there. And I mean, of course, they will have to adapt our Constitution. Of course, as a state, they will also have their own state constitution, like every other state has. And some of the rules that they will have will not be something that the federal government will be able to interrupt or interfere in. But they have to know the National Guard means nation. They will protect the nation. So if they want to be part of the United States of America, they better get used to the idea that the National Guard might be deployed in their cities, in their states, if the order is not maintained. If crime goes rampant, if there is no order, if tourists, if people, neighbors, everybody is unsafe, people are dying, there's got to be something done about it. And I'm not going to say the mayor in D.C. is useless. I think she might be a pretty good woman, a pretty good mayor. But what I'm saying is that even if I was, let's say, for example, if I was the governor here of Washington State, which, by the way, it would be a great idea. And who knows? We'll see. I might put my name on the ballot. I think I got to get a couple hundred signatures so I can put my name on there. And I will protect the innocent. I will protect the people here. But I will show these fools how to run a state. They have plenty of resources to do what they need to do. Speaking of resources, Alberta is definitely one of the parts of Canada that will benefit the United States of America. And they seem to have conservative values. They seem to care about their nation doing well. And that's exactly what we need. I mean, that's what you call a patriot. In the meantime, we have people in New York like Mondani that this guy, I know his parents are, his father is Marxist and they're communist, and he comes in here, and the worst ideas is you don't even care about hiding it. He just does communist things. He's a commie. If there's one time that I'm going to say 100% that a Democrat is a commie, that's him. He's a Marxist communist. He wants to control the grocery stores. He wants to control where you live, what you eat, how you travel, and the people, what I just said about the people on welfare, this is how they control power in state. Now, if you are in here putting insults, I'm assuming that anybody that's saying ICE is coming for you, most likely they're illegal immigrants, and I will just say my advice is to self-deport. If you're in here and you are mad at me because I'm saying that the National Guard is a good thing to have in Washington, D.C., most likely you are a criminal or you still are not fully a patriot and you are actually a loyalist for the Democratic Party. Which, by the way, guys, it's sad to say it again, Democratic Party does not exist anymore. That's just the way the life is. I want to see if you guys can push me to get 800 subscribers. You guys have been so supportive. I'm amazed, really, by you. Let me see what I got here. Let me come up to a few comments. Hey, BA, if they vote him in, good luck. Mandani, yeah, man. Well, look at the other choice. Cuomo. The guy that is responsible for killing our senior citizens. You guys remember that? I don't forget. COVID. We were pissed over here in the West Coast. We're like, that son of a bitch. How does they say Donald Trump is a tyrant, he's a king, but that's what they are. That's what they want to be. They shut down the country. And because we shut down the country, the rest of the idiots in the world shut down their countries. They almost destroyed the world with one stupid mistake. All because they hate Donald Trump. How far are we willing to let them get away with it? Stop it. Stop it. I don't care if you hate Donald Trump. It is the American people, the will of the people, the majority of the people that put him in office that want to see results. If you stand against it, you are destroying democracy, which is what you fools be fighting for all the time. Oh, save our democracy. Well, our democracy, shut the hell up. You are fighting democracy. We voted to get him in office. He is in office. Let it be. We had enough torture, 12 years of torture with Obama, Biden. Let us have some peace, will you? You already effed up Donald Trump's first 4 years. Lucky he came back with more experience. And this time he was prepared. And you know how he was prepared? The crazy loonies of the Democratic Party try to put his ass in jail with all this. They weaponize our government to put him in jail. And you know what happens? He got stronger. They even shot at him because they couldn't stop him. That is the American spirit. And by gosh darn it, a playboy, a person that has been doing a lot of immoral things in his life, has come at an older age, has changed his ways, and the only thing that he cares about is to make this country great again. Why would you hate that? Even if you're illegal and you're here right now, why would you want that? I would think that you want this country to be better and more protected so that your children can benefit from it. You know what your children say right now? They see you being violent. They see you act a fool. A lot of these idiots bring their kids to their protests knowing that there's a lot of loonies out there that are going to act a fool. They take children to the pride parades where people are walking around in nude. Dinglings, just hanging. You have women's breasts hanging out, and this is what they show in downtown Seattle. And the people bring their kids to see this garbage. How do you think that they are going to grow up? In Seattle specifically, they bring drag queens to elementary to do a show. And I see this nasty, ugly-ass man dressed in clown makeup as a woman doing the splits in front of your children. Pathetic, very disgusting. Keep that shit in the closet. You really want people to not bully you, to not hate you, respect them. Be decent. Go to your club and do whatever the hell you want in there. But leave the innocent children out of it. That's just my say. There is one thing that President Donald Trump has been trying to do throughout the world and still does it, despite of all these people that hate on him. He is a peacemaker. peacemaker. And the Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they will inherit the kingdom of heaven. It doesn't matter how much it hurts you. The truth will set you free. You don't have to accept it, but it's the truth. When I see countries like the Congo and Rwanda making peace after decades of war, they look at Donald Trump, whether you like it or not. Everybody needs a daddy. They look at Donald Trump and they say, this guy, he was beat up. He was betrayed by his people. He fought through everything, even got shot. He didn't quiver. He didn't hide. He raced. Look, I'm going to show you. Right here. That's him. That's him. That's the guy that some moron shot. That's my president. That's my courageous president. That's my hero. That's who I fight for. That's who I want representing me in the world. That's who I want my children around. A person that fights for them deserves to have their respect. And I can't wait for the next generation to grow up to be great patriots of this great nation. And I know a lot of you Americans out there will be so grateful and thankful to God that we had a president that at least got something initiated so that we can see glorious patriots again in this country. The audacity and disrespect of all these people, 250 years in the military, and they were out there protesting stupid shit. Oh, no king. They have all these older senior citizens over there lied to, telling them that Donald Trump is taking away their Social Security while he's doing the exact opposite. In the meantime, your children, your neighbors are going to war. They sacrifice their family time, and they go to protect this family and this country. For what? So that you, ungrateful mother, take advantage of their freedom? You abuse your freedom of speech. You use it on the wrong way. You can say whatever you want, but you don't understand what freedom of speech is. You don't know what a true patriot is. You ungrateful bastards. But you know what? It doesn't matter how much you fight us. We will make this country great and keep it great. And just like our beautiful, strong, courageous veterans are out there on the streets saying this ungrateful generation makes me want to shoot them all. It sounds crazy, but the feeling of betrayal, of ungratefulness, it hurts our people. I don't blame our old veterans. You haven't, but they've seen. I hear the stories. Their brother in arms, head blown off in the middle of helping. Somebody pulling a body and all they have is an arm. They sacrifice more than you, any of you morons out there that say we build this country with the backs of migrants. Shut the hell up. Our veterans, our military servicemen, they are the ones that give everything for this country. I don't care if you see the mess on my little mini office that I have here. You have to see the truth. I thank you guys for your words of encouragement. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the loves. I really appreciate it. And I really mean it. My wife knows that I mean it. I am not a patient man anymore. I get so pissed off with so much bullcrap that we have been living lately in our country. And it's so sad to see that people that don't belong here are destroying it right in front of our faces. And so when I see Democrats that are fighting for criminals, it just ticks me right off. Jose, man, I'm glad you're enjoying it, my brother. I'm glad that you're in this country. I am glad that you respect the place where you live. Thank you, trolls, for coming in there and proving my point. I like it. The threat pirate Rob, Ukraine war, Gaza war, groceries still high. So I know that not everybody watches my lives all the time. And tonight's live, it looks like it might be a little bit short. I'm going to close this out here pretty soon. We only got 69 people on, so I will try to get some sleep so I can get some exercise in the morning. But I'm going to tell you why you may see high prices on gas, on groceries, on rent. Now, I said this on a lot of my shorts. I've said this on my other videos. I have even mentioned it in some of my lives. The reason why you are paying more for your groceries is because of your government in your city and in your state. It is not Donald Trump's fault. As a matter of fact, they got about 2% of the revenue back already, and they haven't even done jack squat. 90 deals in 90 days. Tell me anybody that's done that before. They brag about Biden signing so many executive orders. Executive orders. Wait, he's sleeping, but the digital pen is still signing executive orders. Executive orders. You guys are fools if you believe that. You guys are fools if you believe that Joe Biden was signing all those executive orders and all those pardons while he was taking a nap at the beach. All those pardons for Fauci. Interesting. All those police officers and January 6th FBI agents. Interesting. Why do they need pardoning? They were defending the Capitol. They didn't do anything wrong. You know what the pardoning said? They cannot be investigated. We're not stupid. Digital pen, digital pen. Here in Washington State, we pay $1 more for gas, per gallon of gas, than anywhere out. Well, except for California. I think California beats us. But imagine this. Our gas, I think it was at $3.89 the last time that I went to Costco. It would be $2.89. And instead of being $75 to fill up my tank, it would have been $55. I would have saved $20. So when I go to the groceries, the grocery price is up because fuel is up. They tax a high tax on gas that you may not think it affects you. But look at those big rigs. How much diesel do they burn? And when they go from the market, from the farm to the market where you're going to get it from, it's a lot of burnt diesel. They got to pay the driver. They got to pay for all the taxes, for all the gas, plus the actual diesel price. Guess what happens to the price of the food? It goes up. It has nothing to do with tariffs. Get it through your thick skull. Nothing to do with tariffs. The only country that is not really doing shit when it comes to trading with us, and even they are trading with us, is China. Nothing has changed in this country. Absolutely nothing. You know what I do see? Newsom telling Donald Trump that he's going to fight fire with fire, he says. He don't know how to fight a fire. But he knows how to stop his people from rebuilding their houses. What is his end game? What is he gaining? I don't understand what he wants. See, the illegal criminals, they're happy that he's there because they can go burn the city and they go free. They don't have to go to jail. They don't pay for that crime. They don't care what happens to the United States. Man, 549, bro. Oh, gun it. It's taxes, man. It's taxes. It's not tariffs. It's taxes. And I know tariffs are a way of taxing, but they're taxing international import-exports. If you are a business here in this country, you don't pay tariffs. You know what you do pay? Regulation. You get taxes, you get business taxes, you get employee taxes, you get LNI taxes. Everything that you have to pay, the more you make, the more they take. But if you live in a Republican state, most likely, instead of getting more taxes added onto you, they're doing tax cuts so that you can continue to do business, so that you can hire people, and now you're sustaining families. Not just yours, but other people's families. It's not Donald Trump. It's your governor. Donald Trump can't stand me? Probably. I can't stand myself sometimes either. ADHD, if you don't know what that is, it's crazy. But I try to control it. The Dread Pirate has a plan. Mexicans could stay, but you deliver Uber Eats for free. From now on, for 5 years apiece, then you come to America and only the South. Well, you know who's working for free? Your president, Donald J. Trump. He works for free. So even that joke, bro, it's all right, but Donald Trump is actually doing it. He is working for free. So there's that. I don't make up the story, guys. Self-deport. TC is a butt, I think. I got these Mexican butts in here, man. M gone. You really don't know how tariffs work. By all means, please enlighten me. It is stupid to think that you don't know how tariffs work. We have tariffs in Honduras. This is something that we learn. Whenever we bring a car from the foreign country, there is a fee that we have to pay. We call it an introduction fee. That is a tariff. On top of that, the government will take a tax on top of that tax. It's the same shit here. This is why we want manufacturers here. And you know what I hear from you losers? I hear, I don't want to work for pennies on the dollar at a manufacturing company. Show me your master's degree. Show me your bachelor's. If you didn't even graduate high school, shut the hell up and you should be working for $10 at McDonald's. Mary, why are we not building units for our low-income people? You know why? Because we have 20 million illegal immigrants in this country. That amounts about 34 states' population. Do you know what happens when you have millions of people come into a state all at once? There is not enough housing for the people that you already have. And when you have millions of illegal people come in here, and the worst thing is when your government puts priority on them and not on you, they don't give a crap that your rent goes up, that your property taxes have to go up, because they have no money to support all the illegal immigrants plus the actual American citizens, which is their constituents. They're Washingtonians or whatever state you're from. That's why. There's not enough housing because we have too many damn people. We have so much traffic in the freeway because we have too many damn drivers. And it has nothing to do with the population here in our state. In my state, nor your state. Too many people come in at once. You cannot prepare for that. I don't think if people get it. 20 million illegal immigrants literally covers the population of 34 states in the United States of America. You ask your question why Ilhan Omar is in office? Go find out how many people they have from their country supporting her. The population in that city, in the state, is so small compared to all the migrants that have come over. They overwhelm the American population. And so what's the Democrats' job? Tell the Hispanics that Republicans hate them. Tell the blacks that Republicans hate them. Tell them that only Democrats want them to be here illegally because they believe that the cheap labor helps the American people. Man, how retarded can we get in today's age? 2025, and we got more retarded people than we did back in the 90s. Jose, are you talking to me? I can look up. Let's take a look up at the meaning of tariffs. I may have looked it up once or twice. Let's take a look. Let me grab a tab here. And we're going to do Google because MS thing sucks. Tariffs. I'm going to give you something. If you haven't heard this, I made a search before, and this is why I talk shit. Tariffs. Now, this is a comparison that I had looked up with tariffs and local taxes, so that for some people that are ignorant about this subject, let's talk about it. In Washington State, the difference between tariffs and local taxes boils down to their scope. purpose, and who levies and pays them. Now, I understand that if people are buying things that are made internationally, the tariff is going to be included on there. You will pay a little bit more. But if you pay more and support American, you're a patriot. You are being part of the solution, not the problem. The scope is, tariffs are taxes imposed by the federal government on goods imported into the United States. We need to be self-reliant. We can build everything that the world has here in America. The purpose is, tariffs are levied to regulate international trade, making imported goods more expensive and potentially encouraging domestic purchases. I'm nobody's fool. I do my research. Now, if you think that's great or it's bad, that's your opinion. But my opinion is a good thing. This is forcing you to be a patriot. Invest on American. Tariffs are typically paid by the domestic companies importing the goods, according to the U.S. News and World Report. However, these costs are often passed on to consumers through higher prices. So you will pay $3,500 for the iPhone 18 because it's imported. I was a stand-up student in Honduras and here in the United States. So let's see, who said that? TC Ahmed bot. I don't even know why I read that from the bot. Okay, and then the impacts on tariffs can raise prices for consumers, limit product choices, and affect businesses, both directly through increased costs and indirectly through supply chain disruptions and potential retaliatory tariffs from other countries. Now, let me tell you what that reads to me. What that reads to me is what I saw in COVID. During COVID, we depended on China way too freaking much. We paid $8,000 for medicine that somebody in another country pays $8 for. How is that fair? How stupid are you that you have to depend on the world when we can have all that shit over here locally, nationally, in the United States of America? Yeah, right. Here. Now, let's go ahead and talk about local taxes. Geniuses out there that know tariffs and taxes. Well, let's read it up. The scope of local taxes are levied by Washington State, in my case, counties, cities, and other local jurisdictions. The purpose of local taxes to fund a wide range of public services and programs. Do you know what programs those are? Not your choice. The freaking government in office. They dirty laundry money through NGOs. They take our taxes and use it as they see fit. Think, man. Think for yourself. I don't understand why you can't see the truth. It's right there in front of you. Go find the article. Go read it. And go find it in different places so that you can get the grasp of it. It is important that we have manufacturers back in the United States. Democrats have been getting rid of them for the last couple decades. We need that shit back. Yeah, they're making money with globalism, but you're not. This is why Apple's coming back with $600 billion in investment so that they can build some shit over here. That's what we want. Sales and use tax. Washington has a state sales tax of 6.5 and local governments can add additional sales taxes. Let me tell you what that sales tax adds to. It goes from 7 to 10.5% depending on the location. And you fools out there paying higher taxes thinking this is the way of life. No, that's corrupted government that raises local taxes. Use tax applies to out-of-state purchases made for use within Washington. You see that? That's the local tax. Tariffs, it's a global tax. They're still essentially the same thing, but you are encouraged to save money by buying locally. If the government doesn't abuse you by raising taxes, it will be cheaper, a lot cheaper. And if you allow the federal government to make a lot of money, they're trying to send you some money back. We want all those self-deported illegal immigrants, when the time is right, we want them back because those kind of people have shown us respect. And they know that being here illegally is a bad thing to have. I kid you not. I have heard testimonies from people that have been deported back to Honduras. They are so happy to be back in their land. And I understand why. See, in Honduras, they teach us to work like mules. Go to school, college, university, and work your butt off. And maybe, just maybe, you will have some sort of career that you can provide money, food for your family. Here in the United States of America, they teach you to be lazy, depend on the government, but there is some good people out there that let your vision grow and they give you ideas. Be your own businessman. Be an independent entrepreneur. Make your money from the side however you can. And they go back to those third world countries and now they're like, holy shit, I didn't know that I can actually do that over here. I tell you what, I wish if God allows me to have time one day while I'm having this live, maybe 10 years from now, if God allows me, I'm going to talk to these jackasses over here that talk so much shit about the immigrants that they said deport yourself to Honduras. I'm going to prove to them that you can live in Honduras very well. It's still a third world country, but you can still be a patriot to this nation. Don't be ungrateful for what God gives you. You got to be thankful for what you got. Business and occupation tax. That's another tax. This tax is levied on the gross receipts of businesses in the state. The more business they make, the more taxes they got to pay. You know what that means? They're collecting that money from you. Man. Excise taxes. This includes taxes on gasoline, on tobacco products, because they raise the taxes on tobacco because they want you to quit smoking. Bullshit. They know that people are not going to quit smoking and that they see an opportunity to make more money by taxing you. Addicted mofos. Alcoholic beverages and others. Vehicle-related taxes. Fees. These include vehicle licensing fees. We shouldn't have one. We used to have one because of the, what do you call that, carbon monoxide, whatever that thing was, testing. I'm going to ignore TC. I don't think he's using his freedom of speech well. Registration fees in the Regional Transit Authority. The RTA tax is ridiculous. My tabs were $700. I don't even use transit. I will say, though, last Thursday, I paid $6 round trip from Linwood to downtown Seattle to watch the Seahawks play. That was okay. That was not bad. I actually enjoyed it. But I don't use it at all, so I don't know why I have to pay so much taxes for something that doesn't even help me at all. But yet, here we are bitching about tariffs. That doesn't even affect us. It only affects us if you want electronics from China. China, China, China. That's what you want. Cheap shit from India. I don't mind buying all that stuff. It's okay. But you're not thinking American. You're not thinking America first. So there you go. Anybody else want me to read tariffs and taxes? Go ahead and tell me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. There it is. The most basic information that you can find yourself. Let's see. You're crazy, right? I'm over here. You can see my face. I am trying to fight for American people. I'm trying to fight for this country. And you assholes over here taking my picture and trying to promote hate about it. You know what? What goes around comes around. When something goes bad in your life, don't ask God why. Just know I'm a jerk. I deserve it. And keep it to yourself. With that being said, 10:45 p.m., I am calling it. I didn't see some of my beautiful people that I've seen here before. I know I saw a couple in here. Let me go through my comments. Jose's been here a few times, I think. Thank you for coming back again, brother. Thank you for your comments. Appreciate it. I thought Ozzy was in here, but I don't see him. Trinity, if you happen to watch this later, just want to say hello to Trinity, to Omar, Ozzy, when you come in, if you come in again, hopefully I got 800 subscribers today. I think besides the hate that some of these bots are giving me, I believe that America is still strong enough to fight for itself. And I believe that next year we're going to be celebrating together. That or I'm going to be crying with you. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for your time. God bless you. God bless your family. And God bless the United States of America. You all have a good night. Peace. Take care.